I love the taste. So thank you. So this is really an example of starting with a premise that product should work, right? And we analyze the market, and clearly the current market is big. People are in need of these types of products. It's a huge market, but the sad part is that there's really not that many good solutions. And the evidence that most diet products don't work is that the average American who goes on a diet does so 4 times a year, and they give up after just 3 weeks. So something's wrong here. You have a massive need, and you have a complete gap in effective products, and that doesn't make sense to me. So we ask why? Why do most diet products fail to work? And the reason, I came up with 3 reasons. I think that companies try to make products too cheap. They cut corners on ingredients by using ineffective ingredients. The latest thing that just used to be on Dr. Oz or something that may or may not have science behind it. Or they use ingredients that maybe work, but they're not at effective levels. So if you take 1,000th of an Advil, it's not going to cure your headache, even though Advil is an effective headache cure. So the too cheap is a big deal. They're too simple. They often are just loaded with simple stimulants, which doesn't really tap all the beneficial pathways in the body to lead to successful long-term weight management. And they're too hard. They isolate just some kind of miracle pill or something or miracle shake without taking into account that long-term weight loss effectiveness is a function of a lot of things, including doing some things in your behavior that really give you that success. And everybody knows that. That's not making it sound hard. Taking it out in isolation is what makes it too hard, and then people fail. So we base this in the Mediterranean diet. I've already talked a lot about the Mediterranean diet. A lot of this is based on that foundation of the 4,000-year-old proven way and scientifically validated way of eating healthy. But it's also validated in clinical studies as a way of actually managing your weight. So people who change their diet, they often recommend a low-fat diet, a standard low-fat diet as an intervention for people who need to lose weight. But people who go on the Mediterranean diet instead lose 52% more weight. So this is solid published science that we're basing this on. So with that background, we developed the M3 body system. And there's 3 products, so you take 3, and we ask you to pick 3 behaviors that you're going to change, so it's in the context of a comprehensive program. It's easy to use. It is easy to work into your day. In the morning, you're taking Savvy Slim, and Savvy Slim is going to give you energy and thermogenesis throughout the day. It has whereas most diet products or weight loss aid products have just a stimulant. Some of them are pretty powerful stimulants. We're using a very responsible amount of natural caffeine from coffee and tea, combined with a non-stimulant thermogenic that works in a totally different pathway within the fat cell itself, which is called the UCP1 pathway, that helps you burn calories through the process of thermogenesis. Combined with that, the second kind of mode of action here is supporting a healthy blood sugar levels with a botanical called berberine and the minerals called primary minerals called chromium picolinate that are clinically shown to help maintain blood glucose stats within a normal range. And then thirdly, providing antioxidant support with hydroxytyrosol and another vitamin that are shown to help with this kind of underlying silent inflammation that comes from, that's measured by C-reactive protein for cell protection during weight loss. So this is a 3-part system. The energy and the thermogenesis are the primary benefits of this, and you get those benefits starting right when you take the product. So that's the morning.
It's a very power-packed. That is a power-packed formula. And let me just interject quickly. I'm quite sensitive to anything stimulatory. And I've been able to use that product very successfully. I started with one just to make sure, then I moved to two, and it's not making me feel hypey, like uncomfortable. My heart's not racing. I feel definitely energy, but that feels pretty normal anyway. So congratulations on putting together a really great thermogenesis product that doesn't have that stimulatory discomfort.
Yeah, that's great, and that's a great way to start too, Margie. If you have any caffeine sensitivity, just taking one out of the three pills is a great way to kind of break into it. So I applaud that method. The second product that you take in the afternoon. So what happens in the afternoon is it's difficult to get healthy snacks, so you end up eating a bag of chips or a candy bar or super high calorie something. And so the Savvy Flourish is a protein based product that gives you protein which has its own satiety benefits, so it triggers that feeling of fullness. Protein does that anyway. This is a pea protein. It comes from yellow peas that is extracted from yellow peas. That is a certified vegan product. It doesn't have any lactose, so if people have that food allergy, but yeah, it's complete protein with the essential amino acids all in there, and it has 0 grams of sugar. So it's a very clean label product. Non-GMO. It's very demonstrable, so it mixes really well with water. It tastes good. It's kind of a neutral taste, which we did on purpose so that if you wanted to mix it with some berries or something else that you like, that you could, and it goes with you. So it takes away that reason to have an unhealthy snack in the afternoon. You're replacing that with something that your body needs that extends your fullness and that doesn't give you any sugar. And then in the afternoon, in the evening, another issue with weight loss regimens is where they kind of lose it is night snacking. Eating after dinner. That's really not a great time to eat for weight management, and people don't get enough fiber anyway. So the average American gets about 11 grams of fiber a day. The USDA recommends 30 grams of fiber a day for men. So this Sync is a fantastic product. If you haven't tried it, I really encourage you to. It's a chocolate flavor. It's delicious warm or cold. People take it warm as a kind of an after dinner, before bedtime, drink. It has insoluble fiber. Insoluble fiber is not digested. That's what your grandma called roughage. It doesn't digest at all. It kind of pushes things out, which is really important for weight loss, actually, but it's important for general health as well. It's got prebiotics. That's the second type of fiber. And those fibers actually you don't digest. You get no real caloric value out of those. Therefore, your probiotics for the healthy bacteria that are inside your gut already. So you're feeding those with those, and those are important for digestive health. They also manufacture vitamins and essential fatty acids. They play a very important role in your health. So you're feeding those with a prebiotic fiber blend. And then the third fiber is a patented form, and this patent actually was developed. The process was developed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And it's a way through pressure and shear, so a special way of grinding the oat bran fiber so that the tough cell wall is broken and the kind of super fibers, which are called beta glucans within the cell wall of that oat bran, are opened up and available for to be truly soluble in your system. It's hard to get that just by chewing on oat bran. So that gives you soluble fiber gives you a heart health benefit to the point where, unlike most products that you'll ever see, there are a handful of products that use the correct amount of active ingredient that's got enough scientific evidence behind it that the US FDA actually permits, under certain circumstances, the use of a health claim. So this is not a structure function claim. This is actually a health claim. I blew it up on the label because it was too hard to read, but this is directly from the label, so I'm just going to read it. Soluble fiber from foods such as oat beta glucans as part of a diet low in saturated fats and cholesterol like the Mediterranean diet. They reduce the risk of heart disease. So that's on this label, and that is an allowed health claim in the U.S. So not only is it good for a healthy weight management program, but it's clearly very, very good for reducing the risk of heart disease. So that's kind of the take three. Margie, I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me just
That's
jump
all
in
right.
for a second before we go to the lifestyle piece. I want to comment on the beta glucan thing. If with the tiniest bit of research, you will find that beta glucans are just have enormous benefit. The fact that we're picking those up in this fiber product, which we all know that we need a little bit more fiber as well, and gut health with the prebiotics is so very, very important. It's impossible to have a weight loss regimen if you aren't including that kind of gut health component. And so, with these two products, the Sync and the Flourish, and incidentally, let me tell you, they taste so good, and they blend so easily, and they're so convenient. All of those aspects, any one of those that wasn't included in this program would be a reason that people just don't make it. They don't succeed because it's inconvenient or it doesn't taste good. And so, guys, this is just a fantastic lineup of a very comprehensive, long-term, no yo-yo thing, long-term, healthy weight loss, but just packed with gut health, heart health, all these other components. Just great products, Greg.
Well, thank you. That's exactly right, Margie. And in the spirit of really wanting long-term success, I mean these are products that I recommend and to my own family and my own friends. So that's a different kind of relationship when you're recommending things to people that if they stick with it for 3 weeks and then they drop off and just get back to where they were, it doesn't really help build your own credibility, and you certainly didn't help them with anything related to their health. So that's another reason that we like to include this behavioral component. And you can make this fun. So we've seen people make this really fun within their own little interaction groups of which 3 did you pick and kind of keep track. So there's 5 things that can really help enhance the weight loss program that the products are also part of. One of them is just drinking enough water every day. Water is critically important for flushing out everything. I mean, that's water is part of a program. Most people don't drink enough water, and so just adding some water, drinking 5 12-ounce glasses of water a day is one of them. Eliminating sugary drinks, particularly sodas and high sugar juices, is a major source of calories in the American diet. Something like 30% of the average American diet comes from empty calories from things like sugary drinks, so cutting those out is a huge step forward. Eliminating fried foods, which are incredibly caloric dense. They digest very slowly and poorly, and they are very, very, very calorie dense. Well, one of the reasons they taste good, by the way. But if you can eliminate those and cut out fried foods, anything fried, it's a big step towards weight management success over the long term. What we call the white stuff, which is highly refined processed foods, which aren't normally white in nature, like flour or sugar, white rice, that kind of thing, that can have a tremendous impact. And then just getting moving. So a lot of people have these fitness trackers. If you don't, it's easy to translate just kind of time spent walking into these 7,500 steps. So you take 3, we make that easy, and then you pick 3. And those are easy to adopt as well, and that's how you get results. That is something that you can stick with. As Margie said, you'll get results and be able to keep them and look the people in the eye who are on this program and hear about how well it worked for them, as opposed to their disappointment with some of these other types of programs. So that's it.
No, no.